Okay, I would like to call this August 28th, 2023 Workforce Ready Livable Communities Council meeting to order. Members of the public may attend meeting virtually through Microsoft Office Team or view the meeting recordings by visiting www.tempe.gov/WRLC for more information. It's important to understand that no formal votes or decisions will be about the city programs, policies, or budgets will happen here. Our role is to explore various topics with staff and stakeholders and community members, and to make recommendations to our our council colleagues. We want this process to be transparent, inclusive, and easy for you to be a part of whenever you choose to be. You can share your thoughts by filling out a comment card about any item on the meeting agenda or reaching out to us directly with any thoughts, questions, or ideas. We need you to fill out a comment card in advance that you can read into record for any agendized item. The link to the comment cards can be found on our committee webpage at www.tempe/gov/WRLC. And you will also find contact information for the committee meetings and staffs there for non-agendized questions as well. Okay, we now have so we're gonna go to reading meetings. We now review the June 26th Rec Committee meetings. Councilmember Keating, do you have a motion to approve the June 26, 23 meeting?
Thank you. I move we approve the June 26, 2023 WRLC committee meeting minutes.
I second that. Okay, all approve, aye. All right, it passes 2-0. That's so funny. All right, we now move to public comments. The Rec Committee welcomes public comments according to the Arizona Open Meeting Law. The committee may only discuss matters listed on the agenda. I don't know, for some reason, I just have a problem speaking this morning. I don't know why. Matters brought up by the public under public appearances that are not listed on the agenda cannot be discussed by the committee. A 3-minute limit per person is in effort. Annie, did we receive any public comments?
No, we did not, Councilmember
Okay,
Hodge.
so there's none. Thank you. Okay, so our update for our Tempe business tour. Next, I'll move on to our current items and updates. Today, we have 3 presentations. Our first presentation is on the city of Tempe on our business tour that now is taking place across the city over the last few months. Nikki Ripley, our Director of Communication and Marketing of the city of Tempe, will make a presentation. Welcome, Nikki and Chris.
Thank you, council members. We're so happy to be here to talk about the Tempe Business Roadshow. As we all know, you as a council and we as staff value the strength of our business community. It's important that we're in touch with them to help them do what they do. They are one of the backbones of our community. So along those lines, in 2022, I was having a conversation with the president and CEO of the Tempe Chamber, Colin Diaz, and was telling him about Refresh Tempe, which is your initiative as a council to invest in the community, everything from road quality to parks to water lines and everything in between. And we got to the point where he mentioned that he had an idea as well to tell businesses in kind of a moving roadshow about things just like Refresh Tempe, and potentially also topics like what we're doing to serve unsheltered people, events that they should know about, like if there are going to be roadway restrictions as a result of events. So the idea kind of took shape from there. To have a geo-targeted series of quarterly events where we bring this sort of update to those businesses that choose to come, and it's all relevant to their specific area. We could not do this or any other initiative to reach out to businesses without the strong partnership that exists among the city, the Tempe Tourism Office, the Downtown Tempe Authority, and the Tempe Chamber of Commerce. That relationship was already strong heading into COVID, but it became that much stronger during COVID-19. Now that we're out of the pandemic, it continues ahead with ideas like the Tempe Business Roadshow. We have done 2 of them so far, earlier this year in South Tempe and just this summer in downtown Tempe. and plans are taking shape to bring it to the remaining areas of Tempe in the next several months. And Chris is going to talk to you about how successful they've been.
So, as Nikki mentioned, the first few road shows, we were very specific in our topics. If you're a resident of Tempe, you care about things like your parks, your streets, the events that are going on, your budget, but so do all the businesses because they have the same things. Road restrictions apply to them. Unsheltered issues apply to them. So we gathered up a vast array of resources, knowing that our business owners are very busy, and brought it all to them. So business grants and programs, events, tourism, hospitality, sharing with them what the downtown is doing, and then timely issues like the business survey and the live music permit, the reduced cost of that. Those are special to them, and we brought that too. Every person who attends the roadshow gets a great swag bag. And I know you had one of those when you attended last time, too. You too. So we fill them up with everything they need, from applications and just information they can share with their staff, things that we think that they will like, and then a few other goodies like maybe a water bottle or a sticker or just some fun things. And then there's also methods for them to sign up to follow us on social media or get emails from us. We want this to be the start of the conversation, not just one conversation. About 100 business representatives attended the first two road shows. Feedback that we got was it increased their communication and their knowledge of things that we were doing. And it also just generated goodwill between the business community and the city of Tempe and all the other business organizations. Not everybody who attends belongs to all of the business organizations. Some of them might only be in DTA. Some of them might only be chamber members. This is a way for them to get to know each other as well. And thanks for riding along. Got any questions?
I don't have I have a question. I have a comment, but would you like to talk first?
I have a comment. Oh, yeah, I guess I do have a question. Thank you, Councilmember Hodge. So what can we do as council members, public officials to aid in this effort to get that information out there to businesses? Can we recommend our favorite businesses near our homes to you guys to speak to, or maybe put on a roadshow there? Or, I mean, how can we help you be successful?
Well, there's a few ways that you can help us be successful. One is when we put out the information about the road shows, please share it on your accounts.
Okay.
That helps a lot. Attending is a great way to do this. We try to select places that are fairly neutral for these and large enough because we have sometimes 50, 60 people at these. And so it kind of, finding the right room can be, is probably one of the biggest challenges that we have, to find the right room at the right price. But another thing that you can do is if you meet somebody who perhaps has not been part of a roadshow, is not one of these organizations, give us an email. We'll make sure we add them to the list and get them invited.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I tell you, the roadshow was phenomenal because what I have done myself and Sapan, my left and right hand, we've actually went to the businesses that we've met. I would have never known about them if I hadn't went to the roadshow and got actually to get to know them. So what I'm trying to do is trying to get to know the different businesses in the city. So thank you for that, because you opened my eyes to businesses I would have never seen before, and just being there and actually talking to them. So I was going to ask the same question as Councilmember Keaton. How can I help more? I know I do put it in my newsletter. I try to do a business of the month every month, and it's always a business that no one would probably even think that they have in the city of Tempe. So, and I wanted to give a comment and say thank you, because the word is getting out there, because I've had conversations with Mesa and Chandler, and they're a little jealous because they hear what we're doing with the roadshow, and businesses are coming to them and saying, so what are you guys going to do to help us to get to that point? So
Wow.
we're becoming, pioneers in the job that we're doing, and people are paying attention and listening to it. So thank you so much for that. And anything as we can do to help continue on, I would love to. So another question is, and I'll put Councilmember Keaton is, would you mind if we did like a video from our committee to two of us, and we can like bring something out there and try to enhance more business to come and
Love that.
put it out there for us, because this is like in our committee. So I figured what other better way to do it is for us to go out there and try to enhance on it.
Well, that's a
How do you
great
feel
thought.
about that, Councilmember Keaton?
Yeah, that'd be great. Anything we can do to help.
All right.
I think
would
your
love that.
endorsement of it would mean a lot, so thank you.
Yes, and anything.
Before we leave, I'd just like to comment on one other thing. Michael Martin, Lori Foster, Colin Diaz, our economic development team, and our human services folks, they have all been instrumental in pulling these together, and I just wanted to make sure they got a shout out.
That shout out is noted. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. All right. I think I need to put my glasses back on because I can't read or speak without them. The next up, we have a second presentation. If I know it, she's already coming up, Naomi Farrell. And this is from the City of Tempe's Education and Career and Family Services. Naomi will provide an update on us on Tempe Pre, Kids Zone, and other programs. Welcome, Naomi. You know, this is probably dear and near to my heart, so thank you for being here today.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Council Members Hodge and Keating. With me this afternoon to present will be Managers Marie Raymond and Cynthia Garcia. Again, we want to thank you for the opportunity for the office to share our program updates with the committee today. As an office, Education, Career, and Family Services works to support the arc of life by providing services and programs across the lifespan of our community, beginning with high-quality preschool through age-friendly programs for older adults. Staff works towards achieving the following objectives: building connections with and serving as a resource to education and community partners, city departments, and other governmental agencies. We support mayor and council initiatives and priorities through direct services, programs, and partnerships. We also facilitate the success of all Tempe children, youth, families, and adults by planning, developing, and administering the City of Tempe's school readiness, out-of-school time, post-secondary access and attainment, career services, family and older adult supported program services, and partnerships. As you see from this slide, the offices, the programs are separated out into 4 categories: early education and enrichment, youth engagement and academic support, family and community support, and college and career. With performance measures, support mayors and council's priorities such as safe and secure communities, quality of life, financial stability, and vitality. Performance measures 1.18, Kids Zone participation, 3.06, quality pre-K enrollment, and 3.08, high school graduation rate have been identified for acceleration. I'm going to turn the presentation over to Marie Raymond and Cynthia Garcia to provide information on the city's programs and services.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Marie Raymond. I'm a manager in our Office of Education, Career, and Family Services. So one of our first programs in early education and enrichment is our Tempe Pre program. And Tempe Pre, on July 19th, we started our 7th year, which is amazing. We are pleased to say that we are fully staffed with all of our teacher and instructional assistant positions filled. So that means we have 11 certified teachers and 20 instructional assistants. Over the summer, our teachers and instructional assistants came to the library for a 2-day training in our high scope curriculum, and they left energized and enthusiastic and ready to create supportive learning environments for their classrooms. To date, we've received 247 applications for the 198 available seats that we have in our 11 classrooms. And right now, we have 85% of those seats filled, and we're continuing to take applications and enroll families. And I'll turn it over to Cynthia.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Cynthia Garcia. I'm a manager with the Office of Education, Career, and Family Services overseeing our Kids Zone program. So I just want to share a couple highlights. We have summer 2023. We served over 500 children and employed 100 part-time and full-time staff here at our schools. We were at 4 different schools in the TD3 school district. Children participated in weekly off-site and on-site field trips. Those are geared both recreation and educational, so they were able to go to the D-backs game, the Arizona Science Center, Herberger, and many others that are they're so fun. Our curriculum included arts and crafts, physical activities, STEM, nutrition education, and weekly special events planned by our Kids Zone. These are full-time Kids Zone staff that do our planning for our curriculum and our special events team with Kids Zone. Going on into the school year, we're celebrating our 38th school year with Kids Zone, so that's super exciting. We're serving right now over 1,200 children and 125 part-time and full-time staff. We're located at 15 different locations, and we have 23 programs altogether with Kids Zone. Preparing for 13 sites to go through reaccreditation process with Arizona Center for After School Excellence. We'll also be going and attending, I think there's about 45 of us from Kids Zone that are attending their conference here in late October. Supper program in partnership with St. Mary's is offered at 10 of our schools. There are Title I schools, so children are able to eat supper there at the program. They're able to make sure that they have full bellies before they go home. Preparing to celebrate Lights On After School at all of our sites, and that's a big celebration for after school. It's celebrating a safe place for children to go, so we are super excited for that. Thank you.
Another one of our longstanding programs is our Experience Corps program, which provides one-on-one tutoring using trained older adults for children in grades 1 through 4. We're set to launch our 18th year of providing these tutoring services. And now we are in 16 of the Tempe elementary schools and 1 Kyrene school. Last year, we served 440 students, and those students were served by 109 tutors, and that meant 10,800 tutoring sessions. And with our students, 97% of them showed growth in fluency, and 85% showed growth in accuracy. Our Mayor's Youth Advisory Commission just completed their annual report. And this year we have 13 new commissioners that were chosen by a peer-led process. They will be sworn in by mayor and council at the September 7th council meeting. MIAC is going to be attending the annual Arizona League of Cities and Towns conference this year, and they really appreciate going there. They have a chance to network with other youth councils, and it's a really wonderful experience for them. And they'll convene their regular meetings in October where they'll identify their priorities and projects for the upcoming year. In our family and community support section, we are proud to be a read-on community, and that means that we are really focused on improving language and literacy outcomes for children birth through age 8. This past summer, we partnered with Tempe Public Library to host our first annual literacy event to kick off the library summer reading program. And we had pop-up story times, crafts, a balloon artist, and each child was able to pick out a free book from our book fair. One of our read-on programs is our Helping Us Grow book club, or the HUG book club, and this helps to build home libraries for families. So HUG provides books to 11 of our Tempe pre-classrooms, our Kids Zone preschool classroom, 3 kindergarten classrooms in Kyrene de los Niños, and 3 kindergarten classrooms at Thu Elementary School. So as part of that summer reading program, we provided 175 preschool students with new backpacks, 8 new books each, and several accompanying literacy activities. We have our Triple P Positive Parenting Program, which is a parenting and family support system designed to help children realize their full potential. Last year, we reached 150 families with guidance on every step of their journey, providing help to families when they need it. Out of those families that we served, we worked with our teen and pregnant parenting program at Marcos de Niza High School, and we served 20 of those families there. 6 Tempe pre-families were served, and 56 families engaged with our community supervision program were also served. Over the summer, we had a special program for the families in the TAP program, and we had 48 participants over the summer that we were able to serve. So in total, we had 1,054 hours of parenting education. We are proud to be an age-friendly community, and this past year we received our Certificate of Recognition from AARP as an age-friendly community. So as part of that, we created an action plan and have identified 33 steps to work on to continue to be age-friendly and to look at those areas where we could have improvement. And we're committed to working on those action steps and then repeating the process again in 2026. One of our age-friendly programs is Connect Tempe, and this program provides device loans to low-income older adults. And part of this includes one-on-one technology support and Senior Planet technology classes. We have grown this device loan program from 24 participants to 70, and out of those 70 participants, we also assist 43 of them with internet access. As part of a grant that we have for enhancing community connectedness, we're going to be able to support additional low-income older adult residents both in Tempe and Guadalupe. Over the last year, we taught 60 Senior Planet technology classes, and that was made possible by a grant through our Digital Skills Ready at 50 Plus from AARP. We had 115 unique older adults enroll in those free classes, and the majority of them enrolling in more than one class. And our overall class attendance was over 550 participants. We're also a dementia-friendly community. And this past year, we increased our memory cafe sessions to weekly. We had such a demand that we had to move them to weekly. We also moved our Dementia-Friendly Tempe Presents programs, which used to be virtual, to in-person, and we quadrupled attendance at those. This year, we're looking to have our 7th annual summit on November 18th, and we're looking to expand the reach of our Memory Cafe to Escalante Community Center this fall. So for college and career readiness, our College Connect program increased its student participation by 115% this past year, serving 3,010 of our high school students and middle school students too. Part of that was to increase FAFSA completion, and we had such great progress in that because of focused outreach, one-on-one assistance, and completion events. This past summer, College Connect did their first ever campus tours for recent grads and rising seniors, and they toured ASU and 4 of the Maricopa community colleges. And this is the first year that there are all Tempe Union High School District campuses have a dedicated advisor providing more support to serving students. Career Ready Tempe also increased student participation. This past summer, we had 31 of our high school students matched up with 18 different Tempe businesses in paid summer internships. This summer, Career Ready Tempe team went on site visits to see the interns working. We hosted a celebration event to recognize the students, businesses, and program partners. This year, we're going to focus on recruiting more businesses in advanced manufacturing and biosciences for hosting interns for next summer. And one great success story, we had an intern at NMG Aerospace last year who was a 2-time participant of Career Ready Tempe. This intern graduated from high school this past year, applied for a full-time position at NMG Aerospace, and recently started working as a full-time employee there. So, great success story. And finally, with our Tempe Workforce Development Coordinator at the library, our WDC hosts workshops in resume writing, job search, interview skills, and financial empowerment. And these workshops occur not only at Tempe Public Library, but also with our Tempe Works participants, who we're going to hear from in just a little bit and celebrate. Just in June, July, and so far in August, our coordinator has served 151 individuals and has placed 33 of them in jobs. And we're looking forward to a job fair in September. And those are our highlights.
Oh my God, thank you so much. Oh my, it just makes my heart feel so good to hear all that, because I just love it. I want to start off with Tempe Pre. I want to start off by saying thank you so much, Councilmember Keating, for championing that so many years ago. I mean, we wouldn't be where we're at without you there doing that. So thank you so much. I mean, that program right there, it touches my heart. I get the chance. I go to all of them, all the preschool, all the and see them there. And I'm going to start again because school starts back up again, and I want to go back again. And I promised each teacher that I would actually teach a course this year. So I'm going to actually sit and teach a course in each class with them, so I can feel that. I mean, it's vitally important. Kid Zone. 38 years. I was a Kids Zone kid. So that I've told y'all that many times before. It just makes me so proud that a program that I sat in and didn't even realize it was going to be that important until you become an adult to realize how much that impact and how much it impacted my life. So, I mean, if you ever get a chance, anybody, stop by one of the Kids Zone areas and watch how those kids enjoy, and the gratitude of what the instructors give them just in after school programs, and how different, because I've actually even talked to some of the classrooms. Some of the Kids Zone kids do better in classes because they actually get a chance to work with their homework and do it together, and it's just a program. Thank you again for that. I can't even go over all of them. College Connect, okay, it's Tempe High School Union. I am so proud of the fact that we have 7 in 7 different high schools. It has made a difference. We've had 4 presentations on that in our governing board meetings alone, on just how the progress of having just that piece, to have 7 different ones instructing, and they can gear it towards that school, and how that has presented us. And it just doesn't help with our kids who are just going off to college. It's helping with kids who want to go into trade, who wants to go into workforce. Every part of it with the College Connect has helped in that area. So never believe that just because you have a child that says it doesn't want to go to college, it doesn't help. It helps in every way. So FAFSA helps in all prospects of life. If you want to go into an apprenticeship, you can go through that and get finding funding. So thank you so much for that. When I am looking forward to becoming when I'm a senior, that I can actually take the time and be a tutor. So that program is going to have to last some years, because I'm coming into it when I'm done, because that's going to be something that I'm going to get back into. All the other programs that you're doing with our seniors and bringing them, that's one of the things that we've heard a lot, is how do you connect the youth and the seniors, and you do a wonderful job. How do you keep them motivated, keep them energized, and make sure that they're still a part of our society? In Tempe, we do a great job with that. So thank you guys so much for all the hard work you do, everything that you do to try to prepare us. One thing about Tempe, we care about you from the age of 0 all the way to 190. I'll say 190 because I don't think anybody lives past that. Not yet. So 190. So it is a full circus. Circle. See, I told you, Monday morning, full circle of what we do in our experience. So thank you so much for all you do.
Well, thank you for your support.
Anytime.
I have a comment as well.
Yes, I know. I figured you would.
I didn't want you to go anywhere. Thank you, Councilmember Hodge. Thank you, Marie. Appreciate it. So I noticed we're about 50 classrooms short of just current applications, right? When does the application window close?
So our application is continually open, just because sometimes we have attrition where families leave. So we want to make sure that we are still accepting applications for families to come in.
So there's not like a date where you don't accept any more applications?
Typically, we close it somewhere in February, just because it's at that point, it's really late in the year to have new people coming in.
At some point, can we get, just over the years, the number of total applications we've received versus the number of total seats we've had available? As you know, in my wildest dreams, I'd like to have a universal pre-K program in the city. Obviously, that looks unlikely due to changes at the legislature now, but we could at the very least make sure that we have available seats for all applicants, if not all residents. So that'd be very helpful moving forward. That'd be kind of an aspirational goal to work towards. So I'd really appreciate it, and thank you for all the work you've done on this program. And I'm very happy that we finally solidified a permanent budget solution for it as well moving forward. So Tempe Pre will always be part of Tempe's fabric.
Well,
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have one more question. I can't remember the program. It's with Tempe Union, and we do internships with the businesses in the city of Tempe. What is
The
what's that
Career
program?
Ready Tempe.
Career Ready. Okay. So with the Career Ready at Tempe, I was wondering, is there any way? Oh gosh. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, let me go start back. The Career Ready in Tempe. Um, is there any way, if any kid would like to be, and this, I guess this is a question for our city managers, who's in the back room too, if they wanted to be in politics, is there a way that we can maybe do an internship with the city so they can actually work with council and our chief of staff and our assistants to work together to see if that's something, if they wanted to go into the political spectrum and later in life? Is there an internship that we can actually start for City Hall on the third floor
Yeah,
for our high school
absolutely.
students?
Yeah.
That has been asked multiple times of me throughout the years of how do we get kids who are interested in going into the political aspects or the city aspects to find out more about that. And I think that's great. It's one of our projects, so why not have it, maybe one of our kids can either do internships in some of our city areas that we have too. So I was just wondering if that's something we can work on together.
Yes, and this past year, for the first time, we did have some City of Tempe internship opportunities available for students. So yes, we'd love to grow that. Absolutely.
Grow it. I want it on the third floor. I would love to see one of our kids up there with us, learning, because Councilmember Keat and I ain't gonna be here forever. We need some replacements way down the line. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Marie.
So I am turning it over to Councilmember Keating.
Thank you, Councilmember Hodge. Now we're going to recognize the Tempe Works graduates, but before we do that, I'd like to comment on the program a little bit, and I'd like to comment on the Hope Team as well. I had a very positive, first we'll go with the Hope Team, then I'll talk about Tempe Works. I had a very positive experience with the Hope Team. I had just gotten back in the town Friday afternoon, and as a diabetic, I got home, realized I had no sugar in my house, which is a bad thing. So I go to my local gas station to get some gummy bears or whatever, and there was a homeless individual outside. And I tried to reach several members of city staff, but they were at an event, and I was like, "Oh man, what do I do? Like, how do I get services to this gentleman?" Then I realized I could just call the Hope line myself, right? And they didn't know who I was on the other end of the line. I just called them and said, "Hey, there's a guy sitting at this gas station with his dog. Looks pretty distraught. Is there anything we can do for him?" And within 20 minutes, half an hour, there was a Hope Team member there to offer services. He was very convinced that he couldn't take his dog with him and they were going to separate him from his dog. Therefore, he didn't want to talk to us. Of course, that wasn't the case. And I forget the gentleman's name. I think it was Gilberto. He was very professional. And unfortunately, the gentleman didn't end up taking services, but I was just so impressed with how quickly services came from the second I called, how much information the individual got. And, I got to speak to him too, a little bit about Tempe Works, and he seemed interested in that. So even though he did not accept services that day, it is my hope that someday he will. And I'm glad that Tempe Works will be there for him to offer him a job opportunity should he ever want to go down that road. So I'd like to talk a little bit. So thank you, Paul and team. You guys are amazing, and I just couldn't believe how fast the Hope Team got there and on a call like that in the middle of the day. So I want to talk about Tempe Works a little bit. I first got this idea for a program after reading about a program in Albuquerque where they would come every other Tuesday and they would hire homeless individuals for public works projects, cleaning up graffiti, cleaning up parks, things like that, and then kind of to send them on their way. They get a $25 Visa prepaid debit card and say, "All right, we'll see you in 2 weeks if you want to come back." And while obviously that, I thought that was a noble effort, it certainly wasn't one that's going to be a long-term solution to anyone's problems that are experiencing homelessness. So I wanted to come up with something that would allow us to get individuals into housing and shelter and services and a job and the things you need for a job, right? An ID, you need boots if you're working in the public waste yard, things like that, from day one, and just kind of give people a path that they wanted, if they wanted to take it, to complete self-sufficiency. And it was, the first year was a shoestring budget. I think it was $20,000, and we only had 2 positions available in the public works department. And over the years, every single year, we've seen an increase in funding to this program. We've seen an increase in individuals that are able to participate in it at one time. We've done things like partner with local businesses, the Tempe Chamber, Corporate Job Bank, TCAA, to make sure that this program has grown year over year. And now, what is it, 5 years later, we are at a much bigger capacity for individuals being in the program at one time. And we hear stories about the successes of the program too. And I can say personally, of all the things I've done on council, and I take a lot of pride in some of the things I've done, Tempe Works is by far on the way the one that is closest to my heart, even, sorry, Councilmember Hodge, surpassing Tempe Pre. Just to hear those stories and see those individuals personally, it's not something that a lot of people don't get to experience that, right? So, I'm very proud of this program, and I hope that we continue to grow it year over year, and I hope we continue to look at innovative partnerships that will be able to bring individuals more and more in at any one time. So congratulations to today's graduates. I'm looking forward to meeting you. I'm up here talking about what a great program this is, but it's you guys that have made it successful. And I'm so proud of you all. I want to thank Paul Bentley, Dr. Paul Bentley, our Hope Team's supervisor, Jessica Wright, Tempe Works program coordinator, Lily Urenda, and all the, my former council aide, Alex Chin, my current council aide, Annie Mazzarella, for all the effort that was put into just finding ways to grow the program in way when we didn't necessarily have the budget to throw a bunch of money into it. So with that, I think we are going to go ahead and get the ceremony started.
So, do we want to show the video first?
Okay.
Oh,
I
I didn't know there was a video.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Oh. Okay, while you say that, I just want to say congratulations to each and every one of you guys. And I know that I can't wait to the next chapter in your life so we can see it continue to grow.
And I'm sorry, do we have a staff presentation on it? So it looks like that was part of did I jump the gun on all this?
We're just going to have that.
Just do the video? Yeah. Okay.
Our homelessness issue is going to take a village to address. And us employers can play our part by creating job opportunities, livable wage job opportunities for our former unsheltered residents of Tempe so that they can get on with their lives. And what's great about it as an employer is, of course, there is this human aspect to it, but also there's a business aspect, right? I'm an employer. I have roles that need to be filled. I have difficulties finding the appropriate people to fill those roles. And Tempe Works is an easy resource to finding qualified candidates to bring on board.
Tempe Works is so much more than the day worker programs you see across the country. Ours is a first-in-the-nation model that gives people experiencing homelessness social services, housing, and employment that builds career experiences from day one and gives them a complete path to self-sufficiency.
I have a full-time job, 40 hours a week, benefits, medical, retirement plan. It's helped me reconnect with my family. It's helped me to be successful, which I never thought I would. Without Tempe Works, I probably wouldn't have been where I'm at today.
I will now read off the names of the individuals we are recognizing today, and then I believe Lily has a few words prepared for them that she's going to share at the mic.
Hello, everyone. I'm Liliana Urenda. So our first graduate will be Ruben Camacho. He was connected to Tempe Works from Tempe Community Action Agency's iHelp program and quickly engaged with staff from Maricopa County, Arizona at work for a resume building workshop Through this resource, Ruben applied and began working as a part-time temporary City of Tempe administrative clerk for the North Tempe Multi-Generational Center in December 2022. He received support from our HOPE team and Housing Services Division and became stably housed in his own apartment. By obtaining both employment and stable housing, Ruben became a graduate of Tempe Works in July 2023. Congratulations, Ruben Camacho. Our next graduate is Mark Cook. Mark Cook started his journey with Tempe Works through connection from Tempe Community Action Agency's iHelp program in March 2022. He became employed at Corporate Job Bank as a groundskeeper for our city's Parks and Recreation Division and has continued his employment in this position. Through support from the HOPE team at our city's shelter and housing assistance from St. Joseph the Worker, Mark became stably housed in an apartment on his own and has been a Tempe Works graduate since February 2023. Congratulations, Mark Cook. Our next graduate is Craig Kapsner. Craig Kapsner approached Tempe Works staff at the Tempe Community Action Agency's iHelp shelter. At the time, Craig had already prepared his resume and handed it to staff for review. He began the program in December 2022 by working in our solid waste division as a general laborer and later became employed as a retail merchandise processor at Goodwill. Through the support of HOPE, Care 7, and Mercy House, Craig became stably housed in his own apartment and became a Tempe Works graduate in May 2023. Congratulations, Craig Kapsner. Our next graduate is Jeffrey Wallace. Jeffrey Wallace began with Tempe Works through Tempe Community Action Agency's iHelp program and became employed as a general laborer for our city's solid waste division through Corporate Job Bank in April 2023. Jeffrey transitioned to our city shelter with support of the HOPE team and became stably housed in his own apartment with assistance from one of our program partners, Mercy House. Jeffrey was featured in our Tempe Works video as an active participant and became a Tempe Works graduate in July 2023. He has continued his employment with another company through Corporate Job Bank. Congratulations, Jeffrey Wallace.
Oh, we got more, don't we?
Is there more?
Well, I don't, yeah, they haven't shown up. Oh, she's in the back. Oh, okay. So our last graduate that we have here is Monica Rodriguez. Monica was referred to Tempe Works from Tempe Community Action Agency's iHelp staff in December 2022 and became employed as a part-time housekeeper for our city's Housing Services Division through Corporate Job Bank. Soon thereafter, she reconnected with family members and became stably housed. Monica graduated Tempe Works in March 2023 and was featured in our Tempe Works video as a highlight graduate. She is currently working as a full-time temporary City of Tempe custodian team lead for our Housing Services Division. Congratulations, Monica Rodriguez.
We should get this picture too.
Oh,
Yeah, want to get a picture? All right.
Let's have you tall fellas come over here in the back behind Randy.
Yeah, let me, I'll stand next to Councilmember Hodge.
And then let's have you stand right around behind us.
Rosalie, you want to get in?
Let's have you come forward just a little bit. There we go. Keith, yeah, slide in over here. Let's have you step back just a little bit. Come right just like that.
I don't want to
That's
stand in
great.
front of the.
Nope, that's good. Yes. That's good, that's good. Let's compress just a little bit. We can. There we go.
Too much?
That's good.
I can't compress any farther than this.
Yeah, well.
I'm leaning against the.
Yeah, let's have you over here.
Oh,
Let's have you come forward.
oh, my
There you go. That's good. That's nice. All right. All right, big smile, everybody. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's check that. One more. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Okay, it's my turn now. All right. Big smile. I'm looking at you, Keith. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you all very much.
Thank you. Congratulations again, guys. I'd just like to congratulate our graduates once again. Job well done. Thank you for making this program a tremendous success. So I hope you continue all your success, and you know how to find me. I'm an easy man to find. If you ever need anything, letter of recommendation, anything like that, don't be shy about it. So thank you so much, and congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations again also. Councilmember Keating, do you have any items for new items or future agenda items to consider for our next rec committee meeting?
I don't at this time, but I'm sure I'll be following up with staff probably after this week with some items.
I do too, but I think I want I want our mayor youth advisory students to come. I think we're going to have to figure out how we can do that, but try to get them to come to present, at least one of them, because I know some of them get out early so they can actually be here on time, so we can have them present, because they have never presented to our committee before.
Yeah.
So I want them to kind of come and present, tell them what ideals they have for the year coming up and what we look forward to. All right, Councilmember Keating, do you have any announcements?
I would just like to wish all Tempe a happy Labor Day, and thank a labor union for a lot of the benefits that we have, and for Labor Day in itself. And I'm certainly a fan of my 2-day weekend and 40-hour work week. So, you know, happy Labor Day, Tempe.
Yep, I concur on that. Happy Labor Day. There's a lot of unions right now on strike. So I just look forward to, you know, standing with them in Consolidaria, and everybody who's here. Thank you for all of the people who showed up today on a busy Monday morning. Congratulations, graduates, all of our staff, and thank you for all your great presentations. All right, and our next council meeting will, our next rec meeting will be on September 25th, 2023. Can I get a motion to?
So moved.
All right, second. And thank you. We are out.